Hey Dan,
Yeah.
what combines your love of fire and my love of whiskey?
Ooh, what is that?
Glen Moray Fired Oak. Join us on this tasty adventure where we continue our two-part series on the Glen Moray Taster range.
Yeah, take a look at our last episode where we had a look at the first two bottles in the series of the Glen Moray. A little bit lighter on the flavour palette and everything else, so I'm looking forward to these next two.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. We've got the 15-year-old, so it's going to be a little more punch.
Yeah.
And the Fired Oak barrel has some special twists to it that should make it very interesting on the palate.
Ooh, I like that.
Well, without further ado, let's get into it. The Glen Moray Fire Oak 10 years. Oh yeah. Couple of good gluggy glugs, my brother.
They're actually a decent sized little sampler, aren't they?
Oh yeah, these are good. Not as good as those dictadors though, but this is nice.
Does it actually say? Oh yeah, 50 mils.
Okay, brother, you should get a sweet shop. What the? Okay, a sweet shop in glass.
Oh,
I mean candy shop.
They
Yeah, like
mean,
as
all
sweets. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
It's just
I
like
suppose.
it must be because of the translation of that. So I think they mean a candy shop in a glass, barley sugars, pineapple chunks, and butter toffees on the nose. I'm liking this on the nose. It's exciting. It's fruity. It's almost wine-like. I'm getting the sweetness. It's one of the better smelling whiskies I've smelled. Like it's up there.
Yeah, definitely a lot more complex on the nose. There's a lot more there to sort of dig into.
Yeah.
And that for people who like that, you know, people who are a bit more refined, then just open it up and scull it back.
Yeah. You ready? Bing! Okay, brother. You should be getting notes of blackcurrant jam, chewy licorice toffee, pleasantly sweet and spicy with layers of vanilla oak. You getting any of that?
It is very smooth. It's only got like slight heat to it. It's not really sort of grabbing and biting at your tongue or anything like that. It's not too aggressive.
I'm getting a little bit peppery.
Yeah,
That's
what
what
a little bit peppery. I'll try to
for
put my finger on.
me, it's on the tail end more so. Okay, the finish that they say is dark chocolate dissolves over the tongue, fades to reveal a hint of smoke and toasted vanilla. I'm getting a bit peppery. Blackcurrant.
Yeah, that peppery, I feel, I kind of get that at the end now.
Yeah.
Now you mention it, I can sort of put my palate on it better, finger palate.
Yeah, it's definitely there's sweetness in the middle and pepperiness on the back end is what I'm getting.
Yeah, the sweet's a little bit more forefront for me.
Yep.
Sort of a thing, but that could just be different in physiologies.
At the moment, I'm liking the previous two better.
Okay.
Now, something interesting about this one is how they've finished it, because they've finished it in new, heavily charred barrel, which is interesting for Scotland, because I think I heard a rumor, like there was like jokes when I was reading a whiskey book, and they said Americans go new barrel because they get that's all the flavors come from, and the Scottish kind of jokingly say we get the used barrels because you get all the bad flavors out of it by the time we get to it. But here's one where they've brought in a brand new barrel.
Yeah, so they're playing around with that a little bit.
Yeah. So it's interesting, exciting. I'm glad they did it. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's a bit more bold, which I generally like in alcohols. I do like that bit more of a bold flavour.
Yeah.
I do like to know that I'm drinking an adult drink and not just some sort of lolly water or something like that. So I guess too for my personal palate, I do find it a little bit harder to detect those things. So when they're a bit bolder and that, it's just a bit easier for my tongue to grasp a hold of. So yeah, I like this one better than the first one in the lineup.
Okay, cool. Straight, simple Speyside over there, I think. But it's, hands off to them for trying something different and exciting. So I'm liking it. Alrighty, the Glen Moray, aged 15 years. Elgin Heritage, this one. They're part of their heritage line, which I guess is just more heritage.
Yeah. So 15 years, that's probably the oldest in the lineup.
Yeah, it is, yep. Because I think we've got an 8, a 10, a 12, and a 15. That's how it goes.
Right.
Colour looks similar, if not...
It's, mildly darker, but nothing sort of major. Kind of like last time. Yeah, those first two were very, very similar in colour. Well, you can go watch the video.
Okay, on the nose, you should be getting sherried oak and butter toffee, hints of dark chocolate, and mixed spice.
So yeah, the spices are definitely the easiest for me to pick up. They kind of like run the ceiling of my nose. It's sort of just, sort of waft all over there.
I could be totally off here. I feel like the scent is more thin, as in it just goes away quicker.
Yeah.
It doesn't hang around as much.
No. Yeah, I can definitely take a larger, deeper breath without sort of it having sort
I think
of
that's what it is,
me. Yeah, you can take a nice deep breath.
Maybe, I'm kind of getting the chocolate a little bit, but it's really hard to find.
Yeah, I feel the chocolate note is always the hardest for us to detect. They could just be throwing that in there.
I'd be like, it was in there somewhere. Now, you should be getting full-bodied, finely oaked wine flavors, spiced dark chocolate, and a hint of smoke.
All right.
Alrighty, you ready?
That smoke and spice definitely lingers on my tongue and is the easiest one for me to pick up again. Just sort of hangs in there, rolling over the tongue when it first hits my mouth. It's nice, it's smooth, it's not just sort of grabby or bitey or anything like that. So I guess this comes from its age.
This feels sophisticated and complex in a good way.
Yeah.
For smokiness, I feel like this is just that hint of lingering smoke, and it's nice. It's not like you just like, hello, just a puff of smoke, a wee puff of smoke.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. It is definitely more sophisticated. It's less drama and more character.
Yes.
Yeah.
First time I've tasted smoke, and I'm like, you know what, that's actually adds to it, and instead of taking it away.
Yeah, so for some people, it's kind of like bitterness in beer. You want that just little bit of bitterness.
Yeah.
But you don't want it to be like its only characteristic. You know, it's not like some, vegan or something and it's like the only thing they have in their character. So every time you mention anything about it, it's triggering and it's more than just one note. Yeah.
And it's a good thing we don't have any vegan viewers in here. But
what are you talking about? We don't have any viewers. Don't tell them. It's okay.
One bakery will. This is
the vegans.
This is lovely to the point I might take this home. Yeah. It's my favourite. That's my pick. Out of the whole lineup is the 15 is the one against. Those bolder flavours for me, I think, just hang in there. So alrighty.
I'm going to have to lean a little bit towards the fire just because. Yeah. But I totally agree with you. Yeah. I guess it also depends on my mood as well. If I'm in the mood to be just sort of a little bit more relaxed, a little bit sort of laid down, maybe the end of the evening, end of the day, wind down a little bit, want something a little bit complex, something I can sort of ponder over, swallow in my mouth, have a think about it, like a good book that you can sort of come back to a few times, and every time you read it, you get that little bit more. Whereas the fiery one, I kind of feel just it is upfront. It is what it is. It's straightforward. You know what you're getting.
It comes up, says hello, and your taste bud shakes your hand.
Yep.
Whereas this one just kind of saunters over. This is how you doing.
Sachets even.
So it's how you doing in a posh accent. And just eases in, leaves a little trail of smoke at the end. So I'm liking it. Oh man, this has been an enjoyable journey through Glen Moray. And if you are a Glen Moray rep, send us free shit.
I was just going to go with give us more history and lore and backstory because in the next episode in Glen Moray, we are going to be taking a bit of a deeper dive into the distillery itself and having a bit of a look there. So if that piques your interest, why not join us in the next episode?
That'll be very awesome because I do hear I really want to hear some of the history, and it seems very small family. I like those ones, exciting, And follow us, like us, all those good things. We will see you on our next adventure.
And we have been the High Proof Brothers.
That was a pretty good fist bump.
Oh, that just ran up to the back of my throat and punched my tonsils. It is. It's almost like I think it's no, they're classified as straw, isn't it?
We're making port.